Hello, hello, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm sorry you haven't seen me in about a week and a half. It has been quite heavy for me. I'm also a double air sign, Libra, Gemini. And this eclipse just really took me out. That and my moon came during the moon, which hadn't happened in a long time. So I had to do a lot of mental processing. I hope you don't mind. Hopefully this reading will make you feel confirmed and validated and renewed. And I hope that you can forgive me for not being here for a week. Let's just go ahead and get started. Note that I've been kind of mentioning in all my personal readings is that we are in the middle of eclipse season. And what that means is that we just had a lunar eclipse over here, and then the moon is kind of moving over here where it's gonna be a solar eclipse. So in these 2 weeks, we are kind of in an eclipse tunnel where there's a lot of aha moments, a lot of reveals, a lot of new information, a lot of realizations, a lot of integration. So don't be surprised if that's a little tough. So let's see what our general messages are for air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What are the current state of affairs, please, for the air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, one thing that I noticed, and I guess because this happened to me in my last reading, is that I do these readings and sometimes they don't resonate until a week later. So I don't really go back and watch my readings, although I did this last time. And when I went back to watch, it brought me so much more clarity than when I was actually doing it. So something to think about. All right, so first card that came up is Illusions in reversed. And it says clouded judgment, unbalanced and skewed. I would say that this is more or less how things have been feeling. Things have been feeling a little bit foggy, a little bit unclear, like the windows need to be wiped down, like we're not really sure what the next move is that we're gonna make, or we're not really sure what, sorry, I had to pause for a second. Okay, so things have been feeling like this: clouded judgment, skewed, unclear. We're not even sure what people around us are doing because the eclipse is also making them act a little bit weird and strange, and they're having their realizations. And this is also coming up in reverse. So what we are doing is we're starting to kind of let them go. We're starting to process the information. We're starting to get the clarity, okay, at the top of this week. Then we have apology in reverse, return, forgiveness, and gifts. And for this, the message seems to be that there's nothing to be sorry for, okay? Now, yes, of course, we should be compassionate and we should be empathetic and we should forgive people and we should ask for forgiveness when it's necessary. But right now, what is going on is like, there needs to be more of an acceptance and less of a need for validation, less of a need for forgiveness, less of a need for, yeah, an apology. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Current energy, please. You may have been taking a break from work this last week, or you may be feeling like you need that break. Now that's kind of good, you know, because we have this holiday season coming up. I know that I did. I know that one of the loudest messages for me was like, just pause, just take a break. Four of Swords, this is needing to take a break, needing to take a break from a relationship, needing to take a break from work, needing to take a break from overthinking. This is just kind of laying things down to rest so that you can process, so that the information could integrate. Then we have the King of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Again, this could be taking a break from work, taking a break from an Earth sign. We're also taking a break from building right now because the energy of the eclipse was so intense. It wasn't a good time for manifestation. It wasn't a good time for building and attracting and just starting to do like a new workout or starting a new manifestation ritual. It wasn't a good time for that. And so this is kind of like affirming, hey, right now, if you've been feeling sluggish, if you've been feeling slow, if you've been feeling tired, if you've been feeling like you're not really sure which direction to move in, it's also because you're supposed to be kind of in a break mode. Six of Pentacles is moving away from choppy waters to calmer waters. Another thing that this eclipse revealed is other people's emotions, how they really feel, what they really think, what they're willing to do, who they really are. So Now that we have that information, how do we move away from chaotic, hectic situations to something that is more calm, to something that is more peaceful? Bottom of the deck, I have fantasy, dreams, fairy tale, and imagination. You may just be processing a lot through your dreams this week. There may be a lot of integration happening through your dreams where they feel really vivid, where they feel really intense. Sagittarius season just started, so we're here in a fire season, and that could also be like the momentum, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra starting to wake up, but it's happening subconsciously first. So that means it's happening in the dream states first before we wake up to it, okay? So that's current. Let's look at the obstacles, the challenges that we have for this week. Obstacles. First week of Sag season. I actually like Sag season. It's nice. All right, so first thing up says secret admirer, suppression, resistance, shyness, and then we have avoiding, blocking, escaping, pushing away. Okay, somebody might be avoiding you. You might be avoiding somebody as well. There's only so much time before you can run from this, okay? You cannot run from this forever. Bottom of the line, we have boundaries, no drawing the line. It may be that you don't want to deal with somebody because you don't want to have to set boundaries again. You don't want to have to discuss your boundaries again. You may be avoiding something or suppressing some emotions because you're having a hard time with actually expressing your boundaries and expressing what it is you want. So you're kind of just like, maybe I just like won't talk to them. Maybe I'll just break up with them. Maybe I'll just, you know, wait until they come to me, or maybe not. Challenge for the week, please. You might be avoiding a Gemini, you might be avoiding a Libra, might be avoiding other air signs, totally possible. With the Magician card, it's also, again, a challenge is manifesting. It's been really hard this last week and a half to feel like we have the capacity to manifest and attract those things that we want to attract, right? It's been kind of hard to say like, oh, this is what I want to call on. This is what I want. Maybe you just don't know what you want. Maybe you're having a hard time figuring out how to call it in, but the Magician energy has been kind of blocked. It's been challenging. You also might be dealing with somebody who's manipulative, okay? So you might have recently been manipulated, and so you're kind of still recovering from that. Because what happens is sometimes we get manipulated and maybe we leave the situation or we take a step back and we're like, wait, did they just Jedi mind trick me? And so you might be avoiding that person or just kind of still recovering from that. The Libra card, justice, you might be dealing with a court situation. You might be dealing with some legal issues that you've been avoiding but are gonna start to need to be taken care of, okay? And you have to also decide, what are your boundaries? What are your non-negotiables? What are the things that you're willing to part with, that you're willing to agree to, worst case scenario, and then also best case scenario. Another challenge with the Justice card, it's Libra energy, so finding balance right now. The reason why, if this is you, you feel off balance, the reason why, if this is you, you felt really thrown off by all the energies, it's because you were not centered. You were not balanced. You might have been overdoing or oversharing or over anticipating or having expectations that were too far ahead. And so when all of this energy hit, it's like you weren't balanced enough to handle it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. You know, my strategy was not strong. I was not taking care of my physical body. I was overworking. And so boom, the energy hit and you got thrown off balance. Okay. Advice. There are also people here wearing masks. Okay. There are some wolves in sheep's clothing, okay? So if you've been getting a sort of intuitive nod that says that you shouldn't really trust somebody, or maybe you shouldn't exactly tell them that one thing that you normally would tell them, listen to it. Listen to it, all right? All right, advice. Okay, we have clashing, differences, incompatibility, conflict. We have beauty, charming, graceful, luxurious. And then we have harmony, peace, balance, and friendship. Okay, it's time to start moving away from the things that just don't work for you. If working in a certain field is just not working for you, I know you can't just get up and quit and leave, but it's time to start working to make yourself get away from it. If it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, okay? Because whatever this disharmonious thing is, it's actually starting to cause disharmony in other aspects of your life. Okay, what else? Bottom of the deck, we have spiritual connection, deep love, soulmates, and union. If you're not totally getting along with your partner right now, but you feel really strongly that your connection is very strong, I wouldn't jump to a decision right away. I would give it some time. There's some stuff going on underneath the surface. There's some stuff going on underneath what you can't see right now, okay? And so you kind of need to have a little bit of patience while it's resolving, okay? What else? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Interesting. Okay, we have the death card here. Death and rebirth. Your relationships might be going through a death and rebirth. Okay, your relationships might be going through this process of transformation. Now, some of those relationships did not survive Scorpio season, and they're not meant to survive, and they're not gonna survive, and it's just about letting them rest and letting them move on and let them be what they're gonna be. Yeah. Okay, some other ones are going through a big transformation because of the eclipse. Okay, these are very strong. Now, if you're dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's looking pretty positive. It's looking like if you did this work together, if you discussed it, if you made some new agreements, those things are going to be pretty solid because both of you guys kind of got peeled back and you're looking at things for what they are. So there's a transformation. You might find yourself connecting with the Scorpio or reconnecting with the Scorpio as well. What else? Your business relationships are also going through a transformation. Even your relationship with yourself is going through a transformation. So maybe you've been used to doing business a certain way, but the eclipse revealed some stuff for you and you're like, wait, I need to have different standards now. If things are going to be harmonious, these are some standards I need to put into practice. These are some contracts that need to be put into practice. These are some deal breakers that need to be upfront. For me personally, one of the things that I learned in the business aspect is I just need to go with my gut. When I'm working with somebody and I start to see that there's a tug and pull between how we're calculating something or how we're perceiving it or what they want versus what I can provide, as soon as that little pull happens where I go, I just have to say, sorry, this doesn't work for me, right? And that for me is hard because I want to be like, well, let's see how we can figure it out. But right now, if it's clashing, if it's not fitting into place, hands off and just let it transform in the fire into what it's supposed to transform. Give it some space in the fire so that it can become what it's going to become. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Outcome. Okay. Only you. Fixated, attached, hypnotized, and then I have confessions. Unexpected message, unveiling justification. So there's still more information that's being revealed, okay? There's still more decisions that need to be made by you, okay? One of the things that's really important right now is to be observant and to be honest with yourself, okay? We are in a place where if we decide to, if we take initiative, if we listen to our gut and our heart, that we can finally break a pattern. That we can finally break a pattern. If you've struggled with commitment issues, if you've struggled with believing in yourself, if you've struggled with keeping the ball rolling, asserting yourself, all of those things, this is an opportunity this eclipse season to break the pattern, okay? But you have to know that only you can do it, and you're gonna have to do it with absolute honesty and absolute authenticity, okay? The tarot card that popped up is the Queen of Wands, stepping back into your power, stepping back into yourself. This Sagittarius mutable fire is here to help us feel excited again, feel playful again, feel ready to design and cheer and laugh and live and explore and expand, all of those things. Mutable fire is about expansion, but you're only gonna expand if you push yourself out of the comfort zone, okay? And after all this information that you've recovered, after all these realizations that you've made, after this mini break that you took, and if you haven't taken it, please take it. Listen to your guides that have been saying, hey, take a minute, take a few days. Okay, so after this reset and after these realizations and this processing of what's working and what's not working, you can step back into the fire, okay? Fire needs air. And so air signs do well in fire seasons. And this is an opportunity here to feel like you are your own boss, your own magician. Okay, put on some of those sweet holiday outfits and get your hair done and, you know, really call in what you want to call in. This is before we get into Capricorn season, and then it's about work and, you know, the new year. This is like a good time to dream, to philosophize, to imagine. Okay, let's see what we have going on here for the air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you've been feeling a little thwarted, like your goals have been sabotaged, that was just a bump in the road. It's over now, okay? We're here now. We're ready to go. You are very close to achieving your goal. Cardinal Moon, be bold and make the first move. Let's look at these because, you know, I want to look at these with you. So Gibbous Moon. Well, let's look at Cardinal Moon because it came up first. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are the powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all of those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance and steer your events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way, to step up as a leader. Attuned to the Moon, I am taking charge of my destiny. Additional meanings for this card: be bold, follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid being reckless or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. Okay? This is about taking the lead and starting something new. All right? Now, Gibbous Moon, let's look at it. And it's funny because the music in the background is like sacral drums, and that's all about like asserting your power too. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want. Though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring you. However, there's also a sense that the situation is a bit tense. Don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know There's a fuse attached to this situation, so be careful if you choose to light it. The attunement is I know I'm on the right track. Now is a good time to review your plans, keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams, stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. You need to get back into good health habits. Yes, drink some water. All right, I'm gonna pull one more card from here. I already went past, I wanted to start keeping these under 15 minutes. Yeah, well, we'll see. And like I said, in the new year, I want to include individual sign readings. So, but for the weeklies. All right, for air signs, please. Any messages for air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, love redefined, romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created opportunity for a new chapter with possibilities to cultivate healthy relationships. Yes, it's time to get healthy. Letting go, resistance. The cycle has ended and it's time to let go to experience new growth. It is vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation, to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary. Okay, so this week we have some heart-opening work. We have some compassion and adjustments, and this is not a week to apologize for being who you are. In fact, it's a better week to use who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, to propel yourself forward. We're all human, okay? We all have issues and things that clash. Now it's about using that momentum and doing your thing. You got this. I love you. Bye.